All right, let's jump right in. We're gonna go on a day-by-day journey through a 5-day fast. We're gonna explore what really happens inside your body, what powerful, ancient biological programs get switched on when you just stop eating.
So let's start with the big question that really flips our whole modern idea of eating on its head. What if you didn't eat for 5 days? Would you just starve? Or could something else happen? Something incredible, like healing.
Here's the game plan for this explainer. First, we'll cover why you'd even consider this. Then we'll walk through the whole process, day by day. We'll see how you flip the switch from burning sugar to fat, go into a deep cellular clean, hit peak performance, and then, the most important part, how to refeed to reap all the rewards.
Okay, so first things first, why on earth would anyone do this? Well, the core idea here is that fasting isn't about starving yourself at all. It's about getting back in touch with how our bodies are meant to work, tapping into our evolutionary roots.
Just think about it for a second. Our ancestors, they didn't have a fridge or a pantry. They went through periods of feast and famine, and their genes got really, really good at surviving and thriving in those conditions. Our modern world of 3 meals plus snacks, it just kind of confuses those ancient genes. Fasting is like a hard reset. It's a way to bring our bodies back to their original, incredibly resilient factory setting.
So let's get into it. Day 1. This is where the first major shift happens. And honestly, it's a huge one. Your body starts flipping a massive metabolic switch.
In those first 24 hours, your body is going to burn through all of its readily available sugar, which is stored as something called glycogen. Now, here's the cool part. Glycogen is basically stored with a ton of water. So as you burn that sugar, you release all that water. That's why it's not uncommon for people to drop a few pounds on the very first day. It's mostly water, but hey, it's a start.
And this is the absolute game changer. As those sugar stores get low, your insulin levels plummet. That drop in insulin is the signal. It's the giant lever that flips the switch and tells your body, okay, time to start burning our own fat for energy. So you're not starving, not even close. Your body is just switching from eating the food on your plate to eating the stored energy on your body. And you know what's crazy? This is why your appetite just vanishes. You're being fed 24/7 from the inside.
Okay, a quick but super important point here. To make sure you feel good during this transition and avoid things like headaches or cramps, it is absolutely crucial to keep your electrolytes up. We're talking sea salt, potassium, magnesium, the essentials. Your body doesn't store these for very long, so you gotta keep them topped up.
All right, if day 1 was about flipping a switch, days 2 and 3 are where the real magic starts to unfold. Your body begins to turn on these 2 incredible, powerful, deep cleaning processes. By day 2, you are fully in ketosis. Your body is an efficient fat-burning machine now, and it's producing these amazing little molecules called ketones. And let's be clear, ketones aren't some crummy backup fuel for your brain. They are a high-performance, super clean fuel. Many people report incredible mental clarity and focus when they're in ketosis. It's like an upgrade.
And that brings us to the next powerhouse process that kicks in, autophagy. It literally means self-eating, which sounds kind of weird, but it's one of the most brilliant things your body can do. Think of it like a highly skilled cleanup crew and recycling plant that operates inside every single one of your cells. So what's on the cleanup list? Pretty much all the junk that can lead to aging and disease. Autophagy goes in and gets rid of misfolded proteins, broken down mitochondria, those are your cellular power plants. It can clear out old viruses and bacteria, and even gobble up precancerous cells. It is the definition of a deep biological spring clean. Now get this, by day 3, you're deep in this healing state. And that can trigger a massive spike. We're talking up to 400% in something called BDNF. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain. It helps you grow brand new brain cells and strengthens the connections you already have. It literally boosts your ability to learn. And right around that 72-hour mark, something truly remarkable happens. Your body starts to get rid of old, worn-out immune cells. This sends a powerful signal to your stem cells to wake up and start producing a whole new set of strong, fresh, vigilant immune cells. It's a full-on reboot of your entire immune system. So as we head into days 4 and 5, you've moved past the initial adjustment, you're deep in the cleanup phase, and now you're entering what you might call a state of peak performance and repair. You're really hitting your stride. At this point, hunger is, well, it's just gone.
It's a distant memory. Your body is humming along, running smoothly and efficiently 24/7 on its own clean-burning fat stores. You feel the sense of calm energy and mental clarity. Food just isn't even on your mind.
I mean, look at this timeline. It really shows the beautiful cascade of events, right? Each day builds on the last. You deplete the sugar, you turn on ketosis, you start the deep clean and immune reset, all leading to this incredible state on day 4, where your body isn't just surviving, it is actively repairing and upgrading itself.
And here's what's happening at a genetic level. Your body, in its ancient wisdom, senses this period of scarcity and flips on a whole suite of powerful protective genes. We're talking about genes for longevity, genes that guard your DNA from damage, genes that fire up your internal antioxidant defenses. These are survival programs that often lie dormant when we're constantly eating. We've made it to day 5. And believe it or not, we've now arrived at what might be the single most important part of this entire process. This is the part where you lock in all the benefits you've worked for. This is the refeed.
Think of it this way. The fast itself is the stressor. It's the demolition crew that tears down the old, damaged parts of the building. But the refeed, that's the signal for the construction crew to rush in with all new, high-quality materials and rebuild everything stronger and better than it was before.
But you have to do this part right. Your entire digestive system has basically been asleep for 5 days, so you can't just slam it with a giant meal. You've got to ease back in. Start small, maybe a quarter of your usual calories. Go for things that are super easy to digest, like some bone broth, maybe a soft-boiled egg, or an avocado. And whatever you do, stay far, far away from sugar and junk food. Because this refeed, this is the final on switch for growth and repair. All those stem cells you activated are now ready and waiting. Your body will take the high-quality food you give it and use it to build better skin, stronger muscles, more resilient joints, and a sharper brain. This is where you cash in on all the benefits. And that really brings us to the final thought. This whole process, it's not just about what happens during those 5 days. It's about waking up an ancient, incredibly powerful healing intelligence that's already built right into your DNA. You've flipped the switch. So the real question is, what are you going to do with it now?